Welcome students, my name is Tanay and this is the second lecture of the Mahabharat lecture series. So in this video, I will teach you the incident which is the dicing from the book of the Assembly Hall or Sabha Parva. So Sabha Parva is the actual name and in English we call Sabha Parva as the book of the Assembly Hall. But before I begin this explanation, um, I would like to inform you all that this particular lecture series is quite important for those students who are enrolled in any of the state university of Bihar. It could be Patliputra University, it could be Magadh University, it could be Veer Kunwar Singh University, B.R. Ambedkar University, LNMU, uh, or any other university, state university. And fortunately, since this particular portion is also available in IGNOU syllabus, so this is going to be quite helpful for those students also who are enrolled in IGNOU and are a student of English literature. So having said that, let me start the explanation. So see, on your computer screen you can see that this video will have 5 slides, and with the help of these 5 slides I will explain to you the prelude, the summary, the characters, the theme, and then in the end I will discuss the MCQs. And so the MCQ section will definitely contain 2-3 slides because we will discuss uh, 8 to 12 MCQs so that students can have a revision when they reach to the end of this video. So okay, so speaking of prelude, just give me 1 second. Prelude, what you will find in prelude. So I believe that the prelude slide is now on the screen and you all can see it. So basically in this prelude part I have included those points without which understanding Mahabharata will be very difficult. So there are 8 points, okay, and let us discuss these 8 points one by one. So first point, Mahabharata. The title Mahabharata stands for the great story. Of course, we all know that Mahabharata indeed is a great story, but it is very important for students that they know what exactly does this particular word stand for. Second point, if we break the word Mahabharat, then Maha stands for great and Bharat stands for story. Okay, and we just if we just combine these two words, we will find what is given in point number 1. Point 3 or third point, originally compiled in Sanskrit. So Mahabharata was originally compiled in Sanskrit language, and by whom? This is a bonus point, by Rishi Vedvyas. Okay, just keep this thing in your mind because if this question comes in examination hall that in which language Mahabharata was compiled, chances are there that they may ask a follow-up question that who compiled the Mahabharata. Okay, so keep these 2 points as these 2 points go simultaneously. Okay, fourth point, Mahabharata is an epic. Okay, now I have informed you all that Mahabharata is an epic, but I would like to know from you students that why Mahabharata is an epic or what is an epic. Of course, I will explain what is an epic. I will not leave you all in a state of confusion. But please, if you have time, just pause the video, go to the comment section and write down your definition of epic. Okay. Fifth point. Mahabharata was narrated by Rishi Vedvyas, okay, but was written by Lord Ganesha. Okay, so there is a misconception pertaining to this particular point. If you simply go and ask, hey, who wrote Mahabharata? People will not even think twice and they will say that, oh, it's Vedvyas. That's not true. Okay, Vedvyas only narrated Mahabharata and Lord Ganesha wrote it, penned it down. Good. Sixth point, dharma. Okay, this is the entire story of Mahabharata revolves around this word. This is a very important word. This word occupies the center position. In fact, the Battle of Mahabharat was also fought to establish dharma. Okay, dharma has a very long definition, but if there is one word with the help of which you can explain this to a person who is novice or to a person who doesn't know that much about dharma, well, that word would be law. So dharma is law basically. Okay, dharma is law. The English word for dharma, the closest English word for dharma is law. Point number 7. Well, this point is the answer to the previously asked question, why Mahabharata is an epic or what is an epic. So on your computer screen, you can see that there is a definition of epic given, but I will explain this. I will simplify this definition. So epic is basically an incident, any incident on which time fails to leave any impact, that doesn't age and remains valid for ages and generation. Okay, and so is the case with Mahabharata. Even today, Mahabharata is quite relevant. You will not find anyone who would say that Mahabharata is not relevant. Mahabharata is very relevant. In fact, I have seen that my father sometimes gives examples taken from Mahabharata. My mother still reads Mahabharata. Okay, when my brother was young, I used to uh, narrate stories which were basically from Mahabharata. So Mahabharata is quite relevant, quite interesting. If you listen to Mahabharata, if you watch Mahabharata, you will not get bored. You will not be like, what I am watching and why I am watching. Mahabharata contains lots of life lesson. Okay, and it's a humble suggestion. If you ever feel low in life, just go and watch Mahabharata instead of going on YouTube and watching those motivational videos. If you watch Mahabharata, you will realize that that's life. Doesn't matter how successful you are, doesn't matter how bad your condition is, because you will find a character going through each and every phase of life. Okay, you will find someone who is living a very prosperous life, then you will find someone who has everything but then loses everything. So that's okay. Now eighth point, this is very important point. And so what is Rajsuya sacrifice or Rajsuya yagya, right? Now before I explain what Rajsuya yagya is, always remember one point. It was the incident, it was the function ceremony of Rajsuya yagya, um, which Duryodhan attended, and from that point of time he started having these thoughts of extracting revenge from the Pandavas. So this is a very important turn in the entire um, path of Mahabharata. So Rajasuya Yagya is basically a ritual that confers the status of Chakravarti Samrat on the organizer. Yudhishthir organized this after acquiring the throne of what? Which kingdom? Indraprasth. And what was the old name of Indraprasth? It was Khandavprasth. Do not forget this point. Okay, we have discussed all the 8 points in detail. Now let us move to the second slide, which is the slide of summary. Now on your computer screen you can see summary in points, but I will again simplify these points and I will again narrate the entire summary like a story. So let's start. So it was the occasion, the auspicious occasion of Rajsuya Yagya, and Duryodhan went to attend that yagya. As Duryodhan reaches the Maya Mahal, he gets not only mesmerized by the beauty of Maya Mahal, but also becomes quite upset because he learns that Pandavas have something that Duryodhan doesn't have. So he gets quite upset. Okay, he becomes very miserable and desperate. Then he returns back to Hastinapur with a very heavy heart and explains the entire thing to his mama Shakuni. okay, to his maternal uncle. He mentions each and every small and minute detail about Maya Bhavan or Maya Palace or the Palace of Illusion, okay, and then tells his mama that if he doesn't have those things, then what's the purpose of his life? What's the meaning of his life? Why should he remain alive? He should kill himself because he doesn't have that type of fortune, he doesn't have that type of possession. So then Shakuni first, here you will see one positive thing in Shakuni, surprisingly, that Shakuni tries to convince Duryodhan. He reminds him of the kingdom Indraprasth. He reminds him of the great archers that he has for his protection. He reminds him of the wealth that Duryodhan has in his possession. But no matter how hard Shakuni tries, Duryodhan fails to understand anything. Then, since Shakuni is Mama of Duryodhan, and he sees that his nephew, his Bhanja, is quite sad, and he is also afraid that Duryodhan may take a wrong decision, Duryodhan may inflict injury upon himself. So Shakuni presents an idea. So he goes to Duryodhan and tells that Duryodhan, there is a way by which we can rob Pandavas of their fortune. You just have to do one thing. Go to your father and tell your father that you want to play the game of dice, Chaucer. So Chaucer, if you see the structure of Chaucer, you will find resemblance between Chaucer and the current day the game of Ludo. So it's a game in which you have to throw dice and then you have to follow the rules, and just that's how winner or loser is decided. So Duryodhan, just understand one thing, that Duryodhan is a person who believes in muscle power. He's like, see, if I need something, I will declare a war against Pandavas and I will win everything in battle. But Shakuni is cunning and he always opts this strategy of strategy. Uh, so he's like, he always uses this strategy. He's like, no, a strategy over strength. So if you want to win something, there is no need to declare war. He gives importance to brain. Okay, he's like, no, brain over body. If you want to if you want to acquire something, um, try to follow that path in which you will have to go through less pain and you will have to go through less turmoil. So he's like, go to your father, tell your father that you want to play a game of dice, and trust me, oh Bhanje, I am a very shrewd player, very fine player of this particular game. I will win everything that Pandavas have in their possession. So Duryodhan goes to his father and tells his father that, "O king, O father, please send an invitation to Yudhishthir and invite him for a game of dice." So this is the point um, where Vidur comes and tries to explain to Dhritarashtra that this is not a wise decision. Stop it. And Dhritarashtra doesn't pay attention to Vidur's advice and orders Vidur to go with an invitation and bring Yudhishthir for this game. So Vidur goes to Yudhishthir, um, hands over the invitation, also warns Yudhishthir against the consequences of this game, informs him that, listen, Yudhishthir, if you play this game, chances are there that you will lose all your prized possession, your precious possession, all your chariots, all your wealth, your kingdom, this wonderful Maya palace. But then Yudhishthir gives importance to dharma. Yudhishthir is like, no, Mahamantri Vidur, for me, dharma is important. And so is the case with Vidur. They both discuss that to reject this invitation would be to violate the dharma. And no matter what, both characters would never have violated dharma. So they walk on the path provided by dharma. So Yudhishthir is also afraid that if he refuses this proposal, he would end up insulting his uncle, who is King Dhritarashtra. So Yudhishthir goes to play the game, participates in the game, and loses everything, right from the Maya palace to his wife. So that's the summary. Now we have discussed summary, and now let us discuss characters, because we have to understand the characters, their nature, so that, because character, you have to understand the character, because if you do not understand the character, uh, you will remain aloof from the actual nature, from the knowledge of actual nature of these characters. Okay, so on your computer screen you can see that there are 10 characters. Let us talk about these characters one by one. First character, My Danav. Okay, this is English language. So Duryodhan becomes Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra becomes Dhritarashtra, Bhishma becomes Bhishma, Maya becomes Maya. Not Maya, it's Maya. Okay, so My Danav or My Demon. Who is this guy? He's the one who built the assembly hall. And why did he do so? Because he returned favor to Arjun by building this assembly hall, because once Arjun had saved his life when a forest fire was burning the entire forest. Second character, Duryodhan. Who doesn't know Duryodhan? Duryodhan is the eldest Kaurav brother. He is quite cruel. He is a person of malified intention. He he wants to cause harm to Pandavas. He has taken every measure to add misery to the life of Pandavas, but they have emerged as tigers. So the word tiger has been used in the PDF that is available on IGNOU's website. Okay. Third character, Shakuni. Oh, Shakuni is Gandhari's brother. Gandhari is Dhritarashtra's wife, the queen of Hastinapur, and and by that rule, Shakuni becomes Mama of Duryodhan. Okay, he becomes Mama of Duryodhan. It's Shakuni who often roots um, cunning ideas in the mind of Duryodhan. Okay, fourth character, Dhritarashtra, the king. Fifth, Vidur, the chief counselor, half brother of Dhritarashtra. Okay, and probably the most sensible person in the entire Mahabharata. Now, of course, after Lord Krishna. Sixth point, Yudhishthir, the king of Indraprasth, eldest Pandav brother. Drupad, the character of Drupad is very important, because when Duryodhan goes to attend this ceremony of Rajasuya sacrifice, there he realizes that Drupad has become a very close ally of Pandavas. Now, Drupad is the king of Panchal. Panchal is a very powerful kingdom, and Drupad is the father of Draupadi and Drishtadyumna, okay, and father-in-law of the Pandavas. Okay, eighth character, Bhishma, Gangaputra Bhishma, the son of holy river Ganga, and Shantanu, King Shantanu, and grandfather of Kauravas and Pandavas, and uncle of Dhritarashtra and Pandu. Okay, ninth point. Ninth character, Dronacharya, teacher of Kauravas and Pandavas. And tenth character, Kripacharya, the Kul Guru, the mentor of the entire Kuru family. Okay, now we have discussed the characters. And students, please leave comment if I have missed anything. Just leave a comment. Tell me that I have missed a particular point or a particular character, and I will definitely try to cover and definitely try to avoid this mistake in the next videos. We have discussed the characters, we have discussed summary, we have discussed the prelude. So now what is left? What is left? Students, tell me. Now we have to talk about themes. Okay, themes. So there are 8 themes you can see on your computer screen. The first theme is Misery plays a very important part in this entire incident that revolves around the Chaucer game, the dice game. Duryodhan becomes miserable. Now that misery gives birth to greed, which is second theme. Now that greed gives birth to malicious intent. Duryodhan becomes a person of malicious intent. Okay, Shakuni and Dhritarashtra too are individuals of malicious intent, but it is Duryodhan first who creates such a situation in which Shakuni presents the idea of this dice game and Dhritarashtra helplessly submits to the demands of his son and sends Vidur with an invitation to Yudhishthir's palace. Good. Fourth theme is manipulation. I have already mentioned that manipulation, this entire story is nothing but a game of manipulation. Someone is manipulating the other person. So first, and to be very honest, if I can say so, Duryodhan too gets manipulated by the beauty of Maya Bhavan. It is just manipulation. That's a different fact that someone did not come and intentionally manipulate Duryodhan. It was the beauty of the Maya Bhavan that manipulated Duryodhan. Good. Very good. Very good. So manipulation plays a very important role, acquires a very important position among themes. So Duryodhan manipulates Shakuni, Shakuni then again manipulates Duryodhan. They together go and manipulate Dhritarashtra. So manipulation continuously happens throughout the story. Fifth is destiny. Now you have to understand that when Vidur told Dhritarashtra that the idea of organizing this dice game is not good. It will bring unnecessary trouble to the family. Dhritarashtra could have avoided it, but what did he say? He said that it's destiny. I am doing what is there already in the destiny. I am destined to do these things. Okay, I cannot change the fate or the destiny. These things are bound to happen. I am just a medium. So that's destiny. Sixth theme, strategy over strength or brain over body. This is the modus operandi of Shakuni. As I already have mentioned, Shakuni avoids war. Shakuni would never declare a war. Shakuni is like, okay, just uh, use brain, um, use a cunning move. Shakuni will pull off a very cunning maneuver, but will never engage himself or anyone whom he knows in war. So that's seventh is dharma and its importance. We all know that Vidur, Yudhishthir, Bhishma, Drona, they know the importance of dharma. They rarely and barely do something which violates dharma. Even this entire incident where Yudhishthir decides to go and play this Chaucer game, this dice game, this happens because he doesn't want to violate dharma. So that's the importance of dharma. Eighth theme, the place and condition of women in ancient time. You have to understand that there comes a moment when Duryodhan is devastated, he is going through mental agony, he is quite upset, desperate, and he is filled with malicious intent. Dhritarashtra, his father, tries to enlighten him, tries to convince him, tries to make him aware that even he has good fortune in his possession. So he says that you have charming woman and costly bed. Now, students, we can infer from this that this combination of charming women and costly bed, this indicates towards the practice of obtaining physical pleasure from a woman body. That's complete objectification of woman. That's not good. That's not um, acceptable from any stretch of imagination. So, women are considered as thing. Later on in videos, in the videos that are uh, coming in future, you will realize that even Draupadi was a prize. So the entire thing was he who shoots an arrow right in the eye of the fish, that person will get Draupadi as prize. So the condition of The position, basically, not the condition, the position of women is not good. Okay, so now we have discussed themes as well. And now let us move to the fifth slide. So it is quite difficult to show the fifth slide in one go. So I will show the fifth slide one by one. So I have divided the fifth slide in three parts. So this is the first part of fifth slide. You can see that there are 5 questions on your computer screen. So let's discuss and revise what we have learned so far. First, to attend which function did Duryodhan go to Indraprasth? Tell me. Pause the video, think about it, and then tell. Rajsuya sacrifice. The answer is Rajsuya Yagya. Second point. What made Duryodhan upset and miserable? Of course, we all know the sight of Maya Palace. Third question. Whom did Duryodhan tell about his agony? Whom? Drupad? No. Shakuni, his maternal uncle, his mama, Mama Shri, Pyare Banje. Fourth question. Who built the assembly hall? Maidanav. Do not say Maya Danav, it's Maidanav. I already have explained why May has been written as Maya. Okay, fifth point. Sorry, fifth question. What does the word Mahabharat stand for? A great story, right? Now let's move to the second part of this MCQ slide. Sixth question on your computer screen is how many verses does Mahabharat contain? 1 lakh verses. But there are websites in which you will find that there are 2 lakh verses. So it's up to you. Try to find authentic websites and write in the comment section whether the number of 1 lakh verses is correct, authentic, or there are actually 2 lakh verses. As far as selecting the right answer in examination hall is concerned, go with the option 1 lakh verses. Seventh question. What did Shakuni do after learning Duryodhan's agony? First, he tried to pacify him. That was a very wise step taken by Shakuni. But when he realized that it would be quite difficult to convince Duryodhan, then he presented the idea to organize this game of dice. Eighth question. Who warned Yudhishthir against the consequences of the dice game? Vidur. Because Vidur went with the invitation, and Vidur was a very learned man. He knew that if Yudhishthir participates in this game, he will lose all his prized possession, his kingdom. He knew that this is just a trick, just a way to seize what Yudhishthir or the Pandavas already have. Okay, ninth question. What was the condition of women in ancient time? You tell me. Students, you tell me because I just have explained. Not good, as they were treated as mere objects. The example of Draupadi is there. Even Gandhari's marriage is a very clear example, and it informs us about the condition of women in society. 10th question. Why didn't Yudhishthir turn down the invitation to participate in and play the dice game? Because he did not want to violate the dharma. Very simple. Now let's move to the final part of this MCQ slide. 4 questions, the last 4 questions on your screen. Whom did Arjun impress to get Gandiv bow? Arjun's bow and Arjun's quiver, they both were celestial. The quiver was of inexhaustible nature. The quiver would never run out of arrows, and the bow was quite celestial, quite divya. So the god of fire gave Arjun the Gandiv bow and 2 inexhaustible quivers, name of which is Akshay Tarkash, if I'm not wrong. Yes, Akshay Tarkash. Question number 12. According to whom dharma is law? So Van Buitenen is the person who said that law is the closest word that can be used to describe dharma in English. Okay, 13th question. Who translated Mahabharat Sanskrit to Mahabharat English? Again, Buchanan. Van Buchanan did this translation. Okay, 14th question. Why Mahabharata is an epic? Because it is timeless and still relevant. Okay, so viewers, I have explained the incident which is the dicing from the book of the assembly hall, which is also Sabha Parva. So just so you know, there are 18 parts, 18 parts. Mahabharata is in 18 parts. So this is the second part, the book of the assembly hall, or the second book, or the second portion. The actual name of this is Sabha Parv. And in this book, an incident comes wherein a time comes wherein Kauravas and Pandavas they together play this game of dice. And this video was about that part only. So that's it. Thank you very much.